Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda. I am here with my November book haul. I am on a filming rampage today. I'm just filming a bunch of videos today because I was away from you for a week and I missed y'all. So we're just going to film these. Good news is, oh, I'm missing a book here. Hold on. I'm back. One of my books got separated, so I had to go get it. But I am here with my November haul, which is not very big. Yay, yay. It's only 10 books, only 10 books, which would be great if I read 9 books this month. How did that work? Oh, I know why it worked out month-wise, because one of the books in this pile I have actually already read. So that's why I was able to finish 0. But here we go. I'll tell you what I got. The first one is a short story collection, and I'm going to be reading one of these short stories very soon. I think I might be reading it. I think I might have read it by the time that you see this video, because this video is coming out the 4th of December. I want to check in a second, but this is After Midnight, 13 Tales for the Dark Hours by Daphnie DuMaurier. The only thing I've read by Daphnie DuMaurier is Rebecca, and I read it a long time ago, and I remember I liked it, so I should be reading it. Now, as for the specific story I'm going to be reading on a specific day, I need to look it up here, and it is one of her most famous stories because it became a very famous movie, which I've not actually seen, and that is The Birds. Okay, it takes place on December 3rd, so I will have read this, hopefully. When you see this video, I will have read it the day before. So, yes, so this is the first one I have. And I think after that, I might do The Birds and then go back and read it all the way through. This might just be my December short story collection. The next book I have is, stupid alert keeps popping up, the one book I've read already, and that is Troilus and Cressida. Yesterday, I had a whole video about this. I'm gonna give you a little spoiler in this one. I like this one. This was my surprise Shakespeare, I think. This is the most surprising Shakespeare for me. But yeah, Troilus and Cressida, I read it. It is kind of a long Shakespeare play, honestly. I think the audiobook that I listened to while I read it was well over 2 hours. So, but it's worth it. There you go. And then here's the book that got separated, because this is actually on my December TBR. It's for a book club. So I will definitely be reading it this month. And that is They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. This is for my Marginalized Authors book group. And so I have 2 weeks to read it, but it's a graphic novel. We all know who George Takei is. If you don't know who he is, he's this guy, you know, it's on Star Trek. And he's all over the internet. It's graphic, so it's not going to take long at all. But I'm looking forward to it. Okay. And then I got 2 Book of the Month audiobooks this month. And I haven't read either one of them. Par for the course with me and Book of the Month. And the first one is Town and Country by Brian Schaefer. I don't know what this is about. It sounded good when I read the description, and so I got it. Can't remember what it's about. And the same goes for That's Not How It Happened by Craig Thomas. So I don't know if I'm going to get to these this month. I will tell you, I currently have 4 Book of the Month audiobooks I haven't read yet, and I'd like to at least get one of them under my belt this month. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of these or one of the other 2 I have. Probably, I don't know. I might have read one of these this month. We'll see. And then I have 3 books that I picked up at the Portland Book Festival. None of these were on my radar before I went, so that's all cool. There was one other book that I would have picked up, except I realized I had it on audio. It's one of my Book of the Month audiobooks. It's To the Moon and Back, I think, by Eliana Ramage. She was delightful. And she was in conversation with Anna North, who wrote Bog Queen. This is, as she described, a murder mystery, crime novel, where the victim is like a 2,000-year-old bog body. And that is like me. That's like my kind of book. I was like, why have I not ever heard of this book before? So I picked it up, because that's what you do. And then the first talk we went to was between these 2 authors. And we honestly went to this talk because Jess Walter was the next talk, and we wanted to make sure we were there in time. But I really enjoyed both of the discussion these 2 ladies had. And I have read one of the authors before. So this is the one I've read before, Leni Zumas, the author, not the book. This is Wolf Falls. This is about like a multi-generation, not really multi-generational, like family-wise, just age-wise, a non-traditional living arrangement. It is not named where in the book where it is set. However, she said it's based in Oregon City, so I'm going to consider this Oregon-based book. I'm looking forward to it. It's not that long. It seems like it would be a kind of hopeful book, which we're all for hopeful. And then finally, this is an author I've never heard of, but she was delightful. Delightful. And this is The Grand Paloma Resort by Cleyvis Natera. This is about two sisters. Cleyvis Natera is from the Dominican Republic, and this is set in the Dominican Republic. And it's about two Dominican sisters who work at a like really, really high class resort, but they both want to leave the Dominican Republic. So it's the topic was like home for these two, so that's where that came from. So looking forward to that one. And that's it for like print. I do have 2 Kobo books. One I got because it was on sale, and it was on my wish list, and it was on sale. And that's Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. I will be reading it at some point. I don't know when. The other one I got was not on sale. I paid full price for it. I was supposed to start reading this on November 22nd. But I was going to buddy read it with Bookish Best Friend, and she forgot to buy it. And I was really swamped at the end of November. But I'm starting it today as I film, which is December 1st. And that is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Get it? 11/22 and November 22nd. That's why we were going to start it on that day, and then we didn't. So much for that. But I'm buddy reading it with Bookish Best Friend. So it's what's going on now. And that's it. I did that in less than 10 minutes, guys. It's like the shortest book haul yet this year, I think. I'm hoping that next year's book hauls will be even shorter, because I'm going to really concentrate on reading backlist next year. Yes, there will be new releases coming. I have a number of pre-orders. I might do a little rundown of some of the pre-orders I've added. I'll do a quick rundown of all my pre-orders because they're all 20. Nope, I have one that's being released. Okay, I have one that's 2025, which is a nonfiction book. I'm going to do a quick rundown of all my 2026 pre-orders. So I do have pre-orders. I am a member of Book of the Month. Books and Aardvark, ditto. So I do get new releases from there. But other than that, I'm really going to try and stick with backlist for a couple reasons. One is there's so many great books. There's so many more great books in backlist than there is in front list. Did you ever think about that? There's countless backlist books that are worth reading. And there's front list, there's not as many. Think about that. Like, plus, all the front list books will become backlist at some point. Also, I want to get them off my shelves. So there you go. But so I'm hoping that my book hauls will be much smaller. I'm hoping, knock on wood. But let me go through my 2026 pre-orders as of right now. On March 24th, I have 2 books coming out, or 2 books that are coming out that I've pre-ordered. One is Celestial Lights by Cecile Penn, who wrote Wandering Souls. I always get Wandering Souls and Wandering Stars mixed up. But yes, so I have that one. And then Python's Kiss, Stories by Louise Erdrich. Louise Erdrich is an autobiographer for me. On May 26th, I have The Boleyn Secret by Alison Weir. This is another one of her Tudor novels. This one's about Catherine Carey, who actually, pretty important. You should know about Catherine Carey. I'm not going to talk about her because that is a Tudor rabbit hole, and this would be a very long video. So go find the video I talked about it before. On June 2nd, I have 3 books. The first is Land by Maggie O'Farrell. I have ordered that. Well, it's releasing June 2nd in the UK. I ordered my copy from Blackwell's because I'm not waiting. And that's Land by Maggie O'Farrell. We love Maggie O'Farrell. And then I have A Resistance History of the United States by Tad Stormer. He's a historian, doomsday crap. Hopefully we'll be in a better place in June. I doubt it, but there's always a possibility. And then I have, this is actually an audiobook pre-order. It's Whistler by Ann Patchett. I don't know who's narrating this. Ann Patchett is an author who tends to work well on audio for me. I don't know who's narrating this, but her last 2 narrators for her novels were Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. So I have high expectations. But I have that one coming. And then on August 11th, Alice Hoffman is starting a new series, a new witch series. This one's Witches of Cambridge. So definitely going for that. On August 18th, I have the most recent William Kent Kruger book. It's God's Country. Cork O'Connor book by William Kent Kruger. I just realized I have one that's out of order because I just found out about it. This is actually May 12th. Louise Penny has a new book coming out. and it's not a Gamache book. It's another book that she has co-written with someone else. She co-wrote State of Terror with Hillary Clinton. Actually, I think like she wrote it. This one I think is more of a co-writing thing because it's with a journalist, Melissa Fung, but this is called The Last Mandarin. And I buy pre-order Louise Penny. So Louise Penny's coming up. I did get that one in print. I don't know why I got it in print, honestly. Probably should have gotten it on ebook, but yeah, whatever. The order's been placed. That's coming out in May. So quick rundown of my May 2026 pre-orders. There will probably be more pre-orders, honestly, as things kind of come out. And that's probably like when I order new books, it's going to be pre-order books. But that's what I have right now. And I just beefed up this video, so it's over 10 minutes. We can call it good. If you'd like to play the emoji game, I don't know, leave me an emoji of a plant emoji. I just looked out my window and I saw plants. Leave me a plant emoji, flower, tree, bush, cactus, whatever you want. Like, subscribe, join my Discord, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.